Hey collective, it's Anne Marie. I'm smoking. Considering I gotta pay an extra $150 a month for health insurance because I smoke. Until I quit, I'm gonna get the most out of it. I'm just kidding. Anyway, after the last reading, I was sitting here because I don't know if this is attached to that, but I was getting some other downloads and I was guided to gather some visual aids and share them with you. Let's put this out. It's important when you've had a life of many of the chosen ones have had challenging childhood, mental health, addictions, the black sheep of the family, just toxic connections, just a lot of narcissistic abuse, narcissism, relationships, all those fun things, right, that we're healing from, right? Parents that were unavailable, a lot of abandonment issues, feeling unworthy, unlovable, not capable, doubting yourself, things like that. When we go through these things, when we have lived a life of survival mode for so long, like we just got to get through this one tragic event in our life or whatever it is, right? Then we have to move on to the next one. And it seems like for some of us, it has been a constant thing, whether it's been your entire life or the last 10 years is what I've heard. For some of you, that it's just been, not that there hasn't been moments of joy, but just constant work and constant being in connections or in situations that weren't for our highest and greatest good. And I did a video some time ago, a couple weeks ago, just about unlearning those behaviors. And I think it's important to say that we have to really take a look at, while we were going through all of our shit, whether it was addiction or in toxic connections or being around toxic family members or whatever it is, toxic jobs or just, unhealthy relationships and connections and friendships where people weren't loyal to us, where people manipulated us. I mean, just whatever you could think of, right? We learn certain behaviors, and along the way, we pick up things. Along the way, we pick up different things that then make parts of who we are, right? We pick up a lot of trash, too. Right, I'm picking up trash. You need my trash. And when I was talking to Spirit about it, because Spirit was like, go and collect a few things. I was like, for what? And so it's taking a look at what are the things that you have picked up while you were in survival mode. Not just your behaviors and actions, but what are some survival skills that you also picked up that helped you get through a lot of things? Those are the things you want to kind of take a look at. Okay, what part of this survival skill can I use currently in my life right now that can benefit me? I'm not going to, well, it's already kind of off the tree. So what are some things I maybe need to prune off this survival skill that no longer benefit me, right? So this way, the survival skill I can put into some water and it can grow and be stronger just in case something happens again, right? And what are some of the things that are trash now? Those could be the behaviors or certain patterns or belief systems, or the fact that anytime someone may get close to you or try to connect with you because of all the gang stalking or all the trauma you've had around people poisoning you, that you are very reluctant to engage people, right? And that is a process of healing and slowly putting ourselves back out there. But we have to recognize that sometimes the trash that we collected throughout our journey, obviously it no longer serves us, but how is it now affecting the growth of what we really need in our life? How is the trash hindering us from moving forward? There may be times where you developed, self-preservation skills or ways to protect yourself to keep you safe, whether it's protect yourself physically, like you did a lot of training, or spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and it slowly built up this wall around you, right? Now that wall was good for that time, right? That wall probably helped you be able to process, do some healing work, stay away from people, but that same wall now is, parts of it is trash because now it's keeping out what's meant for you. And so the message I was, thank you, Wynn, because I'm sweating. The message I was getting, that Spirit is saying, for some of you, it's really time to take a look at, the stones that were thrown at you, like you built this wall around you, and now the wall is so concrete and so strong that now nothing can get in. We're meant to connect with people. We're meant to connect with, if you want to identify a soul tribe or other divine instant beings, a source of light energy, to collaborate together, to live this amazing experience together, right? Share our gifts and share our abilities. But if we're so focused on all the tragic things that happen to us and not really looking at how those things molded us as this amazing being that we are today, it's not to say anything's wrong with us, right? We just picked up some trash along the way that we kind of need to throw out now. So what is the trash in your life? What are some of the bricks? We can go back to Pink Floyd, The Wall, another brick in the wall. Look at the different bricks. I would encourage you to get a piece of paper out and start building a wall. And each brick, write down what that was. I should have got more rocks. One brick is abandonment. One brick is narcissism. One brick, you can go like protection, safety, abuse, childhood trauma, whatever it is, but all those things that kind of built your wall up. Take a look at that. And sometimes, if you're like me, I'm a visual learner. So, just draw, or you can get a bunch of rocks out your backyard and you can write on each one of the rocks. What are those things that you had to build to protect yourself, to preserve your sanity, to rebuild your sanity, right? So what are the rocks? What are the stones? And look at, how was this abandonment hindering me or helping me now? I'm not sure how, I'm sure there is, but I'm not sure how abandonment could help people now when you're on your healing journey. But when we heal that abandonment, when we can take that out, because now we won't experience, not that we won't feel abandonment, but because we've healed that wound, we will no longer engage those relationships or connections that people are going to abandon us, because we're also looking at the stone of self-worth and loving ourselves, right? I've always said that for me, gauging, because I always ask myself, well, how do I know if I have self-worth, right? And so for me, it's always been, and it develops, but this is where it's at now, that my self-worth is determined that no matter who leaves my life, no matter what I lose, people, places, things, material things, and cars, house, doesn't matter. Anything I lose doesn't change the worth I have for myself. My worth is not attached to material possessions. My worth is not attached to fucking people anymore. I don't seek validation of people anymore. I know who I am now. And I'm like, if you like it, if you don't, you don't. You can, kick rocks for all I care. You can kick rocks. And so for me, that's how I gauge my self-worth and honoring myself. So with this little, well, I guess it's not brief anymore, but kind of take a look at, the things in your life, the bricks or the debris that you've picked up while you've been living this amazing life. Things that have helped to protect you because you needed protection and keep you safe, right? But what is the trash also that you picked up along the way that you need to let go of, that now it's a hindrance for you? Because now that wall is built so high, you ain't letting shit in, right? So if a good friend comes in, or maybe a good job opportunity, you meet a friend at work, or whatever it is, you find even a passion in your life, if you're not healed, you automatically think that there's something wrong with it, that's too good to be true, or that's going to hurt you, that's going to abandon you. And then you keep things out, which then prevents you from doing deeper work in healing. Does that make sense? Okay. If you want a personal reading or personal spiritual guidance, you can email me at sagingofthesoul@gmail.com. You can also cash at me at sagingofthesoul if you'd like to contribute to the path here. I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy. I truly do, y'all. May you love and be loved. Heal, don't harm. Have an amazing rest of the day.